Wherever you go, go with all your heart. We should feel sorry but not think other is oppression. And remember, no matter where you go, there you are. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Three things can no longer be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Desire to have things done quickly prevents their being done thoroughly. The object of the superior man is truth. What do you not wish upon yourself, except not to others? A man of wisdom delights in waters. Learn as if you were not reaching your goal and as though you were scared of missing it. To practice five things other or circumstance constitute perfect virtue. These five are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. To understand yourself is the key to wisdom. Sincerity is the way of heaven. First, there must be order and harmony within your own mind. Then, this order will spread to your family, then to the community, and finally to your entire kingdom. Only then can you have peace and harmony. When anger arises, think of the consequences. A lack of patience in shifting matters might lead to the disruption of great projects. Love is like a spice, it can sweeten your life, however, it can spoil it too. The true gentleman does not preach what he practices till he has practiced what he preaches. It is man that makes truth great, not truth that makes man great. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Faithfulness and sincerity are the highest things. The journey with 1,000 miles begins with one step. Learn avidly, question it repeatedly, analyze it carefully, then put what you have learned into practice intelligently. The way you cut your meat reflects the way you live. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Base yourself in loyalty and trust. Don't be a companion with those who are not your moral equal. When you make a mistake, don't hesitate to correct it. Anyone can find the switch after the lights are on. Sincerity is that whereby self-completion is effected, and its way is that by which man must direct himself. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. To love a thing means wanting it to live. Study the past if you would divine the future. Can there be a love which does not make demand on its objects? He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. If you try to do much, you will not achieve anything. True goodness springs from a man's own heart. All men are born good. You can successfully force people to follow a certain course, but you cannot force them to understand it. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The superior man is satisfied and composed. The mean man is always full of distress. Do not let a leader lead you on a bad path. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her or him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. Music, sacred tongue of God, I hear thee calling, and I come. You are what you think. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. They must often change who would remain constant in happiness and wisdom. Knowing something is not as good as liking it. Liking something is not as good as rejoicing in it. Be not ashamed of mistakes, and thus make them crimes. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his word and the world at large. I slept and dreamt life is beauty. I woke and found life is duty. No matter how busy you may think you are, you must find time for reading or surrender yourself to self-chosen ignorance. When wealth is centralized, the people are dispersed. When wealth is distributed, the people are brought together. To be wrong is nothing unless you continue to remember it. To be truly happy and contented, you must let go of what it means to be happy or content. Only the wisest and the stupidest of men never change. Let the state of equilibrium and harmony exist in perfection. A happy order would prevail throughout heaven and earth, and all things will be nourished and flourish. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. A youth is to be regarded with respect. How do we know what his future will not be equal to our present? When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the direction steps. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. Study without reflection is a waste of time. Reflection without study is dangerous.